Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? Yes. Not a lot of enthusiasm. Come on, y'all. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? Yes. All right. We're glad to be here at the Harry Thomas Senior Recreation Center to be able to kick off this 2013 summer outdoor pool season. This, of course, is Memorial Day weekend, and it has a lot of tradition for us here in the city. This signals the day that we will have the opening of 19 outdoor pools, right, Mr. Director?
Absolutely.
19 outdoor pools, 11 spray parks, and 5 children's pools across the city. That will be 35 facilities that will be opening this weekend. And I'm sure you're glad it's not this day. And the pools will be open, the 35 facilities will be open tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday from 12 noon until 6 p.m. And then they will be open every weekend until June 24th at those same hours. And on June 24th, we will then start a daily schedule. Our pools will be open every day. You know, one of the things that we want to emphasize, and we can't say it enough, is the importance of pool safety. Not to be a downer, but we need to be mindful of the fact that drowning is the second largest cause of death among children who are under 7 years of age. And that's why we, Director Aguirre, John Stokes, and all the people at DPR have taken so many precautions to make sure that we have a safe experience for our children. We are hiring 240, right? 240 pool staff this year. That will include lifeguards, day camp counselors, and of course coaches who will be working with our kids. And we also will be offering Learn to Swim classes, which will be not only for children, but for those adults who may have never gotten that experience. There will be an opportunity for you to do that as well. You know, one of the great things, and I'm really proud of this, is that many jurisdictions, almost every jurisdiction around the metropolitan Washington area charges to use their pools. We do not. This is a free experience across the city. So not only do we have great pools, we also have great free pools in the city. Now we're going to have some special guests who are going to jump into the pool today. And I'm going to save the identification of them until that moment comes. Yeah, in case they change their mind. And we have 2 waves of group. We have those groups, we have those who will jump in, and those who, if they hesitate too long, they may be pushed into the pool. In any event, we have a few people that we want to hear from before we get to that momentous occasion. First of all, I want to introduce a man who does an extraordinary job. He is the director of our Department of Parks and Recreation. He has a great team working with him. He and John Stokes are almost inseparable. They work so well together, and they do so much here in the city. But they also have several hundred people who are working with them every day to make this, I don't mind saying this, I think we are the best Department of Parks and Recreation in the nation, not just in this area. So please, on this wonderful, sunny, bright day, which no one wants to go inside from, please join me in welcoming our director, Jesus Aguirre.
What a cozy affair we have here. So last year I pretended that I wasn't going to jump in. I wore my suit and all this other clothes, and I was sweating. Right now I'm not sweating. I'm a little cold. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Mayor, for your support. And you know, it's rare as I go around the country or talk to my colleagues around the country. It's rare to be in an agency, particularly in Parks and Recreation, that gets the level of support that we do here in Washington, D.C. So thank you again, Mr. Mayor, for everything you do and for the support you give our agency. One of the most powerful things about this mayor is that he really forces everyone who works for him to work together, and it's all about collaborating among us, among all of the agencies, all the DC workers, and events like this and initiatives like this can't happen with just DPR. So the whole concept of the pool opening is actually a pretty complicated process, making sure the pools sort of are reawakened after their winter slumber to get them back and ready for everybody. And so we work closely with the Department of Health, who really is the one who oversees all the regulations to make sure these pools are safe and healthy. We also work very, very closely with the Department of General Services, who really has done a tremendous task this year getting all of our facilities up and running. Director Hanlon can't be here with us today, but you'll hear from one of his deputy directors later today. But I also want to call out the folks that are actually in the pools and have been, there were people here last night at midnight and run around the pools just making sure that they were ready. And so Ollie Harper oversees the maintenance side of this. I don't know if he's here today, but I want a special thanks to him. Also want to thank the folks like Mac Chavis and Tom Crompton, Bobby Lacey, all those folks that we've seen all throughout the summer, the spring trying to get these pools. So let's give DGS a big round of applause, please. And of course, quick thanks to all of our DPR staff. As the mayor says, we have 500 employees at DPR that together on a daily basis work really, really hard to improve the quality of the lives of the residents of the District of Columbia. So the mayor mentioned John Stokes. We all have Greg Pogue is somewhere here who oversees all of our Ward 5 facilities. Where's Greg? He didn't get a spot under the tent, so he's probably over there. We also have all of the DPR staff. We have Sharia Shanklin, who's in the back, who oversees all of our program design and implementation, and then Tony up on the balcony, who her responsibility on a day-to-day basis makes sure that all of our facilities are open on the rec side. On the aquatic side, we have CC Washington, who I didn't see today, Amin Gasaway and Preston Graham, who have the three of them with Alex Wild sort of have run the aquatics operation throughout the spring to get us ready, and they're probably more excited than anybody else, Mr. Mayor, to bring on those 240 other people to help them keep these pools running. So I want to thank all of them for all their hard work. And as the mayor said, this is I think DPR is one of the best agencies in the country, and summer really is the best season for us in terms of we really shine. We have so much that happens. In addition to the 240 people we hire for aquatics, total we hire over 600 part-time seasonal folks, Mr. Mayor, to come out and help implement our camps and do all of the fun stuff that we do. And we also have one of the more robust summer youth employment programs in the city. We have 1,300 young folks who come and learn some real skills in the parks and recreation side of things. So we're excited for the summer. I'll only do 3 more pages. I get a laugh every time I make that joke. It's kind of dumb. So at DPR, we do 3 things. It's all about move, grow, and be green. Moving is about staying physically fit and active. Growing is about personal growth and enrichment, and being green is about being stewards of our environment. And every event and everything that we do, like our whole aquatics initiative, hits on all 3 things. And clearly, swimming is a great activity to be out and physically fit. The swim to learn classes for lots of different reasons, but especially for the health and safety side of things are an important part of growing. And then being green is actually very important, especially with aquatics, because in order for this pool to look beautiful and blue, we actually put a ton of chemicals in there, right? So we want to make sure that we balance that and that we don't contribute to any negative impact on our waterways. So we're very careful and work very carefully and diligently to make sure that we are sustaining and being environmentally friendly. Just a couple things for the residents of the District of Columbia. As the mayor said, everyone who's a DC resident gets in for free. If you're visiting from Maryland and other places, we're going to charge you a little bit to take advantage of our great facilities. But we urge everyone, it's all about safety. You're going to have fun, you're going to be physically fit, all that, but it's all about safety. So please make sure you follow all the pool regulations. We hire these lifeguards to be in these chairs like the young lady up here. Their job is not, I'm going to repeat that, their job is not to babysit. Their job is not to be up there and sort of make you behave. Their job is to guard lives, okay? So when their whistle goes off, they're going to need you to listen. So please, there's no tolerance for folks not to listen to the guidance of the lifeguards and the pool staff, because it really is about a matter of life and death. Especially for parents out there, we really want to make sure that when you bring children to the pool, that they're always supervised. If you're in the water with the children, and the Red Cross folks will talk about this in a minute, we urge that you always have your children within arm's length, okay? Always be able to put your hands on your children when you're in the pool. Otherwise, you're not being safe and people are at risk. And then finally, for everyone, both the little ones all the way to the adults and seniors, if you don't know how to swim, take a class. DPR offers dozens and dozens and dozens of classes throughout the year for swimming for all ages. And they're pretty inexpensive, actually. Some of them are $10 for an eight-week session. So we really want to encourage folks to learn how to swim. And as the mayor said, the statistics aren't great. There's many horrible statistics about the number of deaths and drowning deaths, and particularly with the young kids. And those statistics are worse with Latinos and African Americans and in certain communities that are under-resourced. So we want to make sure that everybody, when you're out there enjoying the pools, you keep in mind that safety is first. I also want to make one final plug. One of the things that we're doing in the agency and across the city is making sure that everything we do from the agency is inclusive and accessible. And so one thing you'll notice at this pool and all of our pools across the inventory this year is accessibility features to make sure that anyone, whether you're in a wheelchair or others, can enjoy these facilities. So this pool, for example, has 2 pool lifts, so folks who are in wheelchairs can actually go into the pool. Many of our pools now have the zero depth entry pool, so you can actually walk or also use these waterproof wheelchairs again as well. So just a small piece of making sure that everything we're doing is open to literally every resident of the District of Columbia. And a special thank you to the young kids who are here who are colder than most of us that may or may not want to jump, as well as we also have some representatives from our water wizards here with our senior swim team, and they really exemplify the fact that there's no excuse. Those of us who like to say, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too tired, I'm too busy, well, there's no excuse, really. And then finally, the special thanks to the victims to be named later by the mayor who are gonna join me. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I think you can feel the enthusiasm of our director and his staff, irrespective of the weather today. We know we're going to have great weather for the summer. You know, one of the partners working closely with DPR is the Department of General Services, which is a relatively new agency. It's only about 19, 20 months old, right, June? And they have done a phenomenal job in helping to bring together the varied elements working on facilities in the city. There probably were 6 or 7 different distinct and discrete agencies that have now come together to create the Department of General Services under the leadership of Brian Hanlon, who can't be with us today. But June Locker also works very closely with him, does a great job with our facilities, and we're glad that she's here today. Come on up, June.
Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is June Locker. I'm the Deputy Director for Capital Construction Services with the Department of General Services. I bring you greetings from Brian Hanlon, who unfortunately could not be here today. I know that he definitely wanted to be one of the participants of jumping into the pool, but he had to attend to some other business. So next year. Anyway, on the so I just committed Brian. So
yeah, he had to be in Nome, Alaska today.
But on behalf of Brian Hanlon, our director, I'd really like to thank our facilities and protective services division staff, along with our sister agency, the Department of Recreations, who worked really tirelessly to get all of the facilities, the pools, and the spray parks open for this weekend. We're really excited to see everyone here today and to celebrate opening day of the 2013 pool season, which symbolizes the beginning of summer, even though right now it seems more like a spring day still, but we know that there'll be a lot of winter. Well, we hope these pool facilities will provide a safe and fun place for district residents and its visitors to play and exercise and to interact with one another. The Department of General Services mission is to provide essential maintenance and protective services to DPR to ensure that all of the public pools are fully operational and secure, so that we may all enjoy these wonderful amenities that the city provides us. And we want to thank, again, Mayor Gray for his support of DGS and DPR and all the other agencies within the district, and for your vision of a one city. And finally, on behalf of our director and the staff of DGS, we welcome you to opening day, and we hope you enjoy the summer and the pools. So, thank you.
You know, community is such an integral part of what we do in the city, and nothing or no thing, if you will, is more integral than being able to work with our civic associations. And we're delighted to have the president of the Eckington Civic Association out here today with us on this blustery day. Please welcome Kim Mosley.
Hi. Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Gray. I'd like to welcome, on behalf of the Eckington residents, I'd like to welcome you all out to opening day. We're really excited about the summer, the pool, and I was really glad to hear that the city paper recognized us as the best pool in the city. So that was something to clap for, too. So we're looking forward to that.
Hey, city paper.
The Recreation Center is home to our Civic Association. We hold our monthly meetings here every Monday, the first Monday of every month. And we also stage our community cleanups here, as well as our safety walks with MPD. So we really appreciate Mr. Glover and his staff for supporting us every month. And we hope to have you come out if you haven't been out yet. So we really encourage you to come out to see us. I'd also like to thank Director Aguirre and John Stokes for all their support. We're really excited to see the renovations happen this summer for the Harry Thomas Park with a new field and new playground for the kids. I think it'd be really exciting to see. So we look forward to that later this summer. And finally, we hope to, in October, to host our second annual Eckington Fall Festival here once the renovations are completed. So I invite you all to come out for that as well. So again, thank you, Mayor Gray, and look forward to seeing you all around the neighborhood. Thank you.
All right. Here you go, Kim.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
That's all right. You know, I mentioned also that you all presumably know that our Play DC program now has been underway since last September. It is the most comprehensive, wide-reaching playground renovation project that we've had in the history of the city. We are doing 32 of them. They all are underway, and some are close to completion. One of those is this very center, the Harry Thomas Center, where we've invested overall in the city about $30 million in Play DC. So some of what you see around the perimeter here and the other features of the Harry Thomas Center that are part of Play DC. And they all will be finished sometime mid to late summer, is that right?
They'll start rolling
Yeah,
out this summer,
absolutely. You know, the Consumer Product Safety Commission plays a hugely important role in keeping us all safe, especially around water safety. And we're absolutely delighted to have them here with us today. To be able to talk a little bit about what, you know, are some sobering realities that we have to be mindful of as we have fun during the summer. So I want to thank the Consumer Product Safety Commission for what they do. And we have our Pool Safely campaign, right? Pool Safely campaign. And the project manager for that is Kathleen Riley. Please welcome her to our kickoff today.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, Mayor Gray, and also thank you, distinguished guests and swimmers. We're all here to see the swimmers. I'm a DC resident, and it's wonderful for me to come to a facility like this and see that this is free for residents of Washington, D.C. This is really this is a vital and vibrant, diverse city, and this just adds to all of that. On Wednesday, the Pool Safely campaign had their first splash kickoff over at your Rumsey Center, which is an indoor center, and ironically, it was about 90 degrees that day. But I think the swimmers might have, yes it is, but there were wonderful classes going on, aerobics classes, lots of swimmers in the pool. It was a fantastic place to be. I was there for about 3 or 4 hours. And I'm sure the families and the people who visit this wonderful center right here are very grateful for the fun that they're able to enjoy here all summer long. My agency, CPSC, is responsible for the safety of all Americans as regards products, all kinds of consumer products. And pools actually come under that because of some of the products that are in pools, such as drain covers. It's our job to make sure that all public pools in the United States have safety drain covers so no one gets entrapped, because that's one of the problems that existed before, and luckily there haven't been any in over five years. The DC Park and Rec Center does their job to make sure the pool is safe and up to date and has all the best equipment. But I want to talk to the residents of DC and the people who come here to swim, because what I want to talk about is safety. Pool Safely is an education campaign that is that aims to prevent drownings and entrapments. We've done a good job with entrapments. We'd like to keep it that way. But unfortunately, about 400 children every year drown in pools and spas alone. 300 of them, almost 300 of them, are under 4. I'm wearing this badge, Water Watcher. Oh, and that table over there, there are some products and information about what to do to be safe, simple steps save lives. Wearing one of these when you're at the pool and there are little children around shows that you are watching the kids. You shouldn't be doing anything else. You shouldn't be on the cell phone. You shouldn't be talking to your neighbor or looking at your iPad or whatever. You're there to watch the little ones, and that's really, really important. I also want to tell you one other statistic that is really, well, it's disturbing, and I think we can do something about it. As I said, too many children drown every year, but did you know that African American children are 6 times more likely to drown in a pool and spa than white or Hispanic children? 6 times. And that's a figure from the CDC, by the way, and I know we can do something about it. That's children 5 to 19, by the way. So, and also data from U.S. Swimming indicates that 70% of African American children and 62% of Hispanic children cannot swim. These are nationwide figures. DC is starting to do something about it. You can come here and learn how to swim for not much money. Please make this the summer that you or your family members all come and learn how to swim. You have a place to do it. There's really no excuse. And just to paraphrase our wonderful First Lady, Michelle Obama, let's swim, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. You know, that's an interesting piece of information that you shared with us, and I would personally like to know if we understand what the factors are that account for that. You know, on its face, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but it is the reality. Why would African Americans, you know, for example, be 6 times more likely to have that kind of experience?
Some people have said it's family. In other words, if a parent doesn't learn how to swim, if the parent doesn't learn how to swim or the grandparent, the child is less likely. But this kind of a program here changes that. It really does.
Thank you. And you know what? If you could share that information, the data, with us, with the analysis, we would share that more widely around the city so that we can, you know, have some impact on it. So thank you very much. You know, the American Red Cross, speaking of safety, the American Red Cross plays a hugely important role in pool safety, and they're a really critical partner with us. They are the people who certify the training. They provide training in many instances and ensure that our lifeguards and other water professionals are really qualified to be able to do this work. So we're glad that they've joined us as well today. So please join me in welcoming the American Red Cross Product Manager, Stephanie Shook.
I'm so tall. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today, and thanks for having us out here. We're honored to be the training provider for the D.C. Public Parks and Recreation, and I want to take a minute to recognize all the hard work you've done to get ready. For those of you that don't know, just to get ready for this day, just the training alone, the number of hours and the amount of things that people need to go through to become certified. So I want to recognize the lifeguards up here in the chairs. And absolutely. It takes a lot just to get to this day. To provide a safe place and for them to know what to do and learn all the skills. So that's a tough thing. So we want to honor that and recognize that, and we appreciate that. And we're glad you chose us as a partner for that. So as we kick off the unofficial start to summer in this breezy day, it's important that we all work together to prevent drowning. So we have some tips to help you do that. First, we want everyone to learn to swim. So we encourage each member of the household to enroll in age-appropriate swim lessons. And you can do that right here with DC Parks and Rec. They offer Red Cross Learn to Swim classes for all ages. And that starts at 6 months and goes all the way through adult. And I was really impressed to see that you not only offer adult courses here, but you have different age groups for that. You have senior Learn to Swim programs that start at age 55. And so, as Kathleen was saying, it's so important it can be a family affair. And that's why we encourage everybody in the household to learn. So make this year a priority. Make this year the year that you decide to come out and learn to swim. And I guarantee you, if you as the adult come out and learn to swim, it'll motivate your kids and motivate them to want to learn to swim as well. So it's never too late. Make sure you do that. Now, we also want to focus on making water safety a priority. And so I'm going to repeat some things that you said, that you can enjoy the pool safely here at this beautiful facility. Of course, you want to swim in designated areas that are supervised by lifeguards. Lifeguards are trained to prevent injury, after all, but they're also trained to recognize and respond to an emergency. They're professional responders. So it, of course, makes it safer for you and your family to do that. When you come, you want to know what the rules of the pool are, and you want to follow them. And like he said, it's so important for you to enforce the rules of your kids or any group that you bring so that the lifeguards are not distracted, because they're trying to scan the water and look for signs of distress in the water. And if they're really busy focused on getting kids not to run or the variety of things that happen, it really pulls their attention away. And it's kind of difficult to see someone in trouble in the water. I'm sure you train your staff like that. Out here today with the wind blowing, just with no one in the water and the wind blowing across the surface, you can see it's hard to see the bottom of the pool and there's nobody in it. So it really takes all of us to be able to do that. Also, always swim with a buddy, even when lifeguards are present. That way, somebody always knows you're here, and if something were to happen to you, whether it's in the pool or in the locker room, wherever you are, that you can get somebody to help. And never, ever leave young children alone and unattended in the water. They can get in a lot of trouble very quickly. They can get in trouble on land, as you know. So that water adds a really dangerous element to it. So you want to make sure that they're right there with you. So another step in drowning prevention is to maintain constant supervision. I can't stress that enough. So parents or caregivers must actively supervise children around the water, even when lifeguards are present. So it's these multiple layers of protection that make a huge difference here. And in fact, you should stay within arm's reach of young children so you can react right away. Because after all, the goal is, see, that's nature telling you too. Mother Nature agrees with that. But you want to be able to react right away, because the goal is not to have to be rescued by a lifeguard, okay? So you want to make sure you do that. And this also applies to people wearing life jackets. So you never want to rely on flotation devices as a supervisor. So you would always need to stay within arm's reach for anybody wearing a life jacket. And so finally, really everyone should know what to do in an emergency as well. You should know how to help someone in trouble in the water by reaching or throwing, and you can see some of the equipment out here today, rather than jumping in and potentially now having two people that need help instead of one. Also, knowing what to do in an emergency includes knowing how to call 911 and knowing how to do CPR. And I talked with some ladies here today, the senior ladies, that are very interested, and they know the importance of that, knowing how to do CPR. It's really easy to do and quick to learn, and so it's really important that you go do that. So really, helping to prevent drowning requires all of our efforts. It really is a team thing that we're doing here. So I encourage you to learn more and be an active participant. You can learn more with the Safety Commission items here, and you can also visit the Red Cross site at redcross.org/water safety tips. So we want you to stay safe, learn to swim, and have a great summer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephanie, and thank you to the American Red Cross for being a great partner in helping us make sure that this is a safe experience. Now we're at the moment that we've all been waiting for. We have with us, by the way, we have the DC Water Wizards senior swim team with us, but y'all, before I can get out the words, the statement was, we ain't going in there today. I want to thank all those courageous souls up there who wouldn't even come down here. But we have we have some folks today that are going to go into the water. And before that, I want to recognize we also are joined by our Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services, Bibi Otero. Bibi, we're glad you're here today. You will be you will be helping to supervise along with me, right? Of course, Director Aguirre, you ready? Is that right, sir?
I brought delegates. I mean,
Oh, good. Yeah, right. That makes a lot of sense. We have our, this is an appropriate, our Deputy Mayor for Public Safety. We'll be going, Paul Quander. We have our Deputy Attorney General, Andy Fois, who's here with us. Andy. We have our, we got all the safety-oriented folks today also. We got our Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Chris Geldhart, is here with us. Chris. Our Director of Human Services, in case you need that kind of assistance coming out of the pool, David Berns. And our newest addition to our cabinet and our newest Deputy Mayor for Education, Abigail Smith. Yeah. Yeah. Let's not be gender oriented. I think I've got all the brave souls, Stephanie and Kathleen. I want you all to stand by the pool just in case we need your assistance to help them out of there, okay? So,
are the young folks jumping in?
Are you all? No, that's what I thought. That's the DC Waves, right? Are they? Yeah.
These are Oyster Adams kids.
Oh, this is Oyster Adams. Okay, we got to get them in the DC Waves, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why we brought them.
Yeah.
Sign them up.
Well, I want to thank you all for all the courage you've demonstrated today by not jumping in the pool. We are glad you're here. So now, I think we have to go to the side of the pool, and we have to do a countdown and watch this magnificent exhibition that we're about to launch here.